Hello, good morning. Welcome to our channel, Arts Creations. In this channel we will be teaching you guys how we print our stuffs here, mga techniques na natutunan namin through the years na hopefully kapag na-share namin sa inyo is makatulong sa inyo. Ayan. And also, in addition, we will be teaching basic Photoshop, basic painting, pwede, basic drawing, basic calligraphy, and anything basic na pwede namin ituro. Kasi sa totoo lang, I'm not even sure if I'm credible teaching you guys, pero with the little knowledge that I have, I'm hoping na maka-impart ako sa inyo ng konti. I can give you a lift or a step papunta dun sa gusto nyong matutunan. And kahit basic lang siya, at least uh, I can give you an idea on how to do it, and then you can expound the learning and be better, diba? So yun. Now, for today, ang tuturo ko sa inyo guys is how to write in calligraphy. And the materials that we'll be using is an Artline 3.0 calligraphy pen and a ball pen. Ayan. Although marami actually pa sanang mas magandang materials, kaya lang as of the moment, ito yung meron. So, ito yung gagamitin natin. Ayan. Uh, I also want to uh, give, gusto ko rin kasing give you an important lesson about using kung ano yung available. Kasi kung ano yung available, sana wag na tayo maghanap ng wala. Very important na as an artist, kailangan rin nating maging resourceful and maging flexible. So, very important na sana lahat ng medium na meron na naiharap sa iyo, na ibinigay sa iyo ng universe na gamitin mo for the day or for the moment, magamit mo. So, may it be kung ang meron is brush, dapat alam mong gamitin, or pen brush, or calligraphy pen, or pen, or water, or pencil, pwede ka mag-calligraphy using pencil, pwede mga roads, especially sa mga road, pen brush, mas lalo pwede. Eh, yun. So, since ang available ngayon is calligraphy pen and pen, yun ang ituturo ko sa inyo. And I also believe na kung nag-start ka ng calligraphy, mas okay na mag-start tayo sa mga nib-based na pen, yung mga broad, before tayo mag-brush or pen brush. Kasi, when we learn the angles, kasi pag broad talaga more on learning the angles. When we learn the angles, madali na lang kapag ka nag-pen brush tayo or brush. Kasi yung mga pen brush and brush, these are pressure-based calligraphy pens. Ito naman is angle. May konting pressure, pero more on angle. Learning how to use or maximize the angle. So, yun. So, let's get started. Before we start, I want to show you again ng malapitan yung mga materials natin for today. Artline Calligraphy Pen 3.0. It's a broad pen, no? And a ball pen. Okay, in this tutorial, I want to show you guys that you can practice calligraphy in either ways. Although the still is basic is using this one. Pagka na-practice mo na yung basic using this one, you can do it with this one. Yeah. But before we start with the tutorial, I want to show you yung mga natutunan natin through the years na mga styles, no? Mga fonts. Ayan. When I was starting, I actually started calligraphying yung mga Old English na letter face, mga fonts na Old English. So, for example, isip tayo ng pangalan sa Bible, Matthew. So, let's tingnan natin kung paano siya. Matthew. Yan. So, konting flourish letters ng Matthew, diba? And then pagkatapos kong nag-learn ng mga ganyan, parang nainggit rin ako sa mga ibang classmate ko na marunong mag-calligraphy kasi yung mga scriptive naman. So sinunod ko naman pag-aralan ko is yung mga scriptive. So try naman natin, Hana. Yan. Yung mga flourishes. Although yung mga flourishes, we'll learn more of that to a different video. No? And then of course, pagka meron yung mga scriptive, meron yung mga basic na fonts like yung mga parang Trajan Pro type. Ruth. Try natin Ruth. Ayan. Of course, pag meron yung mga parang serif fonts na may mga paa na letterings, meron rin yung mga rounded. So, try natin look. Rounded. So, let's finish the letterings first and then let's make it round later on. Although it can remain like that, para siyang Helvetica, no? Pero pwede rin natin siyang i-convert to Gothic rounds. Rounded letters. Actually sa brush mas madali sana to eh. Ito kasi matigas eh, nib siya. So I mean, okay, so there we go, rounded. And then of course pagka while you're learning calligraphy, nakakaroon ka rin ng mga sarili mong styles. So for example, I have my own styles. Mga all caps na yan. And then meron rin ako mga ibang styles like ay sorry sobrang, pero anyway, yan. Para siyang I don't know, hindi ko pa alam yung papangalan ko dyan sa font, soon may isip ko. And then may mga styles yan. Para siyang square like na fonts. Ayan. Yeah, with the use of this one, okay, ilan lang yan sa mga font styles, no, that we've learned through the years. Now, pagka na-learn mo yung basic nito, kung paano nag-imak gamitin yung mga angles, you can actually write it with a pen, na parang ito-draw mo siya. Na dati, ginagawa ko pencil, pero since alam ko na yung mga principles, parang na-memorize ko na yung mga angles, so I can write it in pen na walang erasure, dire-diretso siya. So let's try Matthew in pen. Okay. Very important rin na maraming practice para hindi nag-shake yung kamay mo, no? So key pa rin is practice. Then learn. Ngayong millennial world, watching YouTube, marami doon. Yun actually ang nag-inspire sa akin to make a vlog, no? So yan. Kung gusto nyo maraming matutunan, yan, practice and more YouTube. Ayan, hindi na kasi usang book, so YouTube na lang. And then you have flourishes. Ayan. Matthew. Okay, try natin Hannah. This one. Okay. Seamless, diba? Okay. Ayan, diba? Okay. So, ano pa pala to? Hannah. Try naman natin Ruth. Sorry. Tsaka dati I use pad paper para sana may mga guides, no? Pero ngayon parang hindi ko na kailangan ng mga lines na yan. Although napapangking pa rin naman yung mga sulat ko. So ganyan sa bangking siya. Sorry, medyo bangking. Let's try look. Round naman siya. Rounded Gothic. Okay. Okay. How about this mark naman? Joshua. Okay. Joshua. And then bright. Para siyang square type face na po. Letterings. Brian. It's also important na dapat nag-enjoy ka lang. Kasi kung hindi, makishake lang yung kamay mo. So, ayan. Using this one, outline calligraphy pen, and this one, pen. So, either ways, I can calligraphy in both. Okay, pero I started muna this one. Pagka alam mo na yung basic with this one, it will be easy na mag-pen. Although, syempre, hindi naman agad ako nag-pen. So, pagkatapos kong natutunan to, I started nag-pencil muna. And then, so, practice, pencil. And then, hanggang sa, okay na rin na pagka nagpe-pencil ako, parang, usually, nagpe-pencil ako, tinitrace ko sa pen noon. So, and then, after tumagal, ay, ang boring na. So, kaya ko naman na i-diretso, so, dinidiretso ko na siya. So, yun. So, let's learn the principle behind this para you can use this one. Diba? So, let's go to the real lesson. Now, calligraphy kasi is Actually, madali lang siya. Basta alam nyo lang yung basics. Okay? And calligraphy for me is a combination of lines. Combination of parallel, perpendicular lines. Ayan. So, let's see. So, vertical, diagonal, horizontal, diagonal. Okay. Pero may principle behind doing the lines. So, we have number 1 rule, 45-degree rule. Okay. Although hindi lahat 45-degree, pero most kasi pag magka-calligraphy ka, 45-degree. Meron minsan we flip, we twist yung angle pagka mga basic letterings. Pero since most of the calligraphy use 45-degree, magko-concentrate tayo sa rule na to. So, number 1 rule, always, dapat yung pen mo is naka 45 degrees. So, what is 45 degrees? 45 degrees is this one. So, naka 45 degrees yung nib base ng pen. Kaya pagka magsusulat ka, makikita mo sa taas is naka 45 degrees, sa baba naka 45 degrees. Same way kung horizontal. 45 degrees, 45 degrees, or diagonal. Okay? So, that's number 1 rule, 45 degrees. Number 2 is knowing, observing, okay, parallel and perpendicular. Okay, so what is parallel? Parallel is two lines that are even, with even distance to each other. So, for example, this one is parallel to this one kasi even sa gitna. Okay, tingnan natin yung hindi parallel para maintindihan natin, kasi syempre alam ko naman na basic siya pero baka nakalimutan nyo lang kasi more on math siya. So this one is, yan, what's that? This is not parallel kasi it's not even, so mas masikip to hanggang lumuwang. Okay, so that's not parallel. What's parallel is this one. Okay, so observing parallel and perpendicular. Now what is perpendicular? It's 90 degrees. Okay, so this one, this vertical line is parallel to this one. Ibig sabihin 90 degrees siya dun sa horizontal. Okay, well, so we'll expound that later on. So, yan. So, number 1 rule, dapat naka 45 degrees palagi yung pen. And then number 2, i-observe natin yung parallels and perpendicular. Okay. So, tingnan natin. So, let's start writing the O with these 2 rules. O, small letter O. So, letter O is consists of 2 parallel verticals, yan, and 2 parallel horizontal, or diagonal pala, diagonal. So, diagonal. Okay. So, with this 2 rule, meron tayong letter O na ganyan. Pero it doesn't look like a letter O na calligraphy siya. Para lang siyang simple letter O lang, di ba? So, kasi wala pa yung number 3 rule. So, introduce ko na ngayon sa inyo yung number 3 rule. So, number 3 rule is observing the tips and broad. Okay. So, observing the tips and broads, we have 3 kinds. We have the tip to tip, tip to broad, and the broad to broad. Okay. So, gawin natin lahat tong ito with the letter O na ginawa natin. In observance pa rin, i-observe pa rin natin yung first 2 rules. So, we'll follow all 3. No? So, okay. 45 degrees. Parallel. Horizontal na parallel. Ayan. Since we've made the 2 horizontal parallel, dito na natin i-observe yung number 3 rule. Okay. The tips and the broad. So, try natin yung tip to tip. So, yung tip ng first horizontal line, vertical line, i-connect natin sa tip dun sa isang horizontal line. And then yung tip naman, the other one here, i-connect naman natin sa tip dun sa kabilang vertical line. Now, it's more like na nagmumukha na ba siyang calligraphy letter O? pwede, no? How about the tip to broad? Okay, let's try naman tip to broad. So, we have two vertical lines. So, etong tip, i-connect natin ngayon sa broad. So, the whole broad. So, this one, okay, the whole broad. And, yung whole na broad na yan. So, yung tip, i-connect natin sa whole na broad. Okay, so, kung ma-observe mo, nag-connect siya ng dalawang broad. Ito is yung tips lang. So, tip nun and tip nun. So, that's tip to tip. Ito, tip to broad. Okay? So, ito naman, broad to tip. So, ito broad, connect natin sa tip. Ayan. So, that is tip to broad. Okay? So, what's more okay? Tignan natin. Parang comment this one, no? So, try naman natin yung broad to broad. So, let's see. One, parallel. Vertical line. So, broad to broad. Connect natin siya, broad to broad. So, parang wala lang siya, no? Ayan. So, that's the three tips and broad na susundin natin, no? Na magiging guide natin. So, what's better among the three? Okay? So, for me, siguro okay na yan, no? Kaya lang, gusto ko pa siyang lang bigyan ng variation. So, ang gusto ko is, ang gagawin natin is, magti-tip to tip tayo sa taas, tip to broad tayo sa taas, and then sa baba is tip to tip. Ayun. So, in this one, mas okay sa akin to. Why? Because may variation. Sa taas is nag-tip to broad tayo, sa baba nag-tip to tip. So, it doesn't mean na tip to tip lahat or tip to broad lahat. So, we have to make variations also para magkaroon rin ng art yung mga letters natin. So, for me, ito yung ginagamit ko. Okay? Tip to tip sa tip to broad sa taas, tip to tip in letter O's or mga small letter. Pero it doesn't apply to all. Depende rin yan sa artistic decision mo, no? Ayan. Now, in doing the letter O, marami ka nang magagawang letters dyan. Okay? Pag baalis mo yun sa taas, letter U na yan. Okay? And then, by adding, tinatawag ko na small line flourish. Ayan. May letter A na. No? So, let's try. Let's try making the vowels. So, letter A. Tip. Okay, let's form first. Yung dalawang line. Tip to tip. Tip to broad. And then, small line flourish. Okay. And then, let's try letter E. Tip to tip. Ayan. Tip to tip. Tip. Ayan. And then, slide. Ayan yung tinatawag kong slide. So, the slide means kapag merong small lines, you can slide the pen to create thin lines. Ayan. So, sa letter E, nag-slide tayo. And we'll have more slides, no, sa mga ibang letters later on. So, let's try I. So, small line, flourish, small line. And then, tip to tip. And then, tip to tip. Okay. And then, this time, introduce ko naman ngayon sa inyo yung vanish rule. Okay. Dito sa vanish rule, it includes yung pressure ng pen. So, like for example, this one, nag-vanish ako. So, ibig sabihin, kapag bumababa yung pen or tumataas, nababawasan yung pressure. So, for example, vanish. Sa taas, pwedeng vanish pababa. So, kailangan magaan na rin yung kamay mo when practicing this one. Okay, so that's number 4 rule, vanish rule. So, let's continue dito. E. So, let's start with A. Let's continue, letter O. So, tip to tip. So, tip to broad. And then O. Small line. Tip to tip. Tip to tip, small line flourish, vanish. So, E, O. Okay. So, yan na. Yan na yung 4 rules natin. Okay. So, let's try naman mga capital letters. So, for example, letter B. So, lagyan na ng flourish. So, observing pa, and at the same time, dapat na-observe rin na pala natin yung parallel. Very important tong number 2 rule eh. So, as you can see, parallel lahat yan. So, even distance. So, vertical parallel to this one. Diagonal parallel to this one. Okay. So, that's very important. No? So, let's continue. Letter B. Ito rin, parallel to this one. Kasi otherwise, kung hindi siya parallel, may konting distortion sa view ng mga yung sinusulat mo. And hindi siya tight tingnan. Very important na tight tingnan yung spacing, yung pagka-parallel ng mga verticals and horizontals and diagonals, dapat tight siya. So, kailangan na-observe talaga natin itong number 2 rule. Okay, now, let's continue. Letter B. Ayan. Diagonal. Then, ito na yung ito na. You can apply vanish here. So, vanish siya na pabilog, no? So, vanish. Okay. Or, pwede na 2 lines. 2 line vanish. So, for example. So, 1 vanish and then second vanish. Okay. Yan. So, that's letter B. Yan. Now, let's go to the number 5 rule. Twisting the angles. Twisting the angle. Okay, since we have 45-degree rule, meron rin tayong twisting the angle. Pagka twisting the angle, ibig sabihin, ito na yung mga flourishes, no? Pagkatapos na. So, tignan natin. Pagka twist natin yung angle, you can have some flourishes kasi sa mga letters, mga styles inside. When we twist it, hindi na siya 45, magkakreate na siya ng thin lines, no? So, i-observe natin yung twisting an angle. Let's write a name para makita natin. So first, syempre, we will finish first yung sulat natin before we twist the angle. Very important na habang sinusulat natin yung words, dapat hindi tayo naka 45 degrees tayo palagi. So no unnecessary twisting of angles. So for example, we have a different paper. Name the Bible, Jonah. Let's try Jonah. Okay, try Jonah. I will write na with observance with the rules, kasi actually pwede ko naman siyang isulat na hindi ko sinusunod to kasi alam ko na, di ba? Pero I will still write na, kasi usually pag isulat ko yung letter O, ganito siya, dire-diretso na. Pero since we're learning, mas okay na you follow first na yung mga ito, tip to tip, row to row. Pagkasanay ka na, saka ka magdiretso na. For example, yung A ko, sinusulat ko na siya ng ganyan, dire-diretso na, kasi alam ko na. But, since we are learning, we should follow first the basics para alam natin. And then, pagka nasanay na tayo, knowing the basics, then pwede na tayo we can go crazy, di ba? And we can unfollow some rules basta mayroon tayong roots na learning. Pero since you are starting, stick ka muna dyan sa mga 5 rules. Okay, so Jonah, no? Jonah. Sorry. And then Jonah. Okay. Now, pagka okay na yan, you can necessarily twist the angle para magbigay tayo ng enhancement sa mga edges ng letters. Diba? Oh. So, that's twisting the angles. Okay? So, let's review yung mga 5 rules while printing a name. Para let's balikan natin. Okay? Sige, try natin yung John in a different font style. All caps. So, first, 45 degrees. Second, observing parallel and perpendicular. Okay, so let's for example, let's write John. Okay. Vanish, number 4. And then parallel. Okay, vanish, parallel to this one. And then broad to broad ang tawag dyan. Kasi parang nag-broad ka doon. broad connect, hindi mo nga lang siya na-connect, pero this one is parang broadside niya na rin, so that's broad to broad, and then vanish, and then vanish. Okay, and then parallels and perpendicular. Let's write it this way para maintindihan natin. So let's have one parallel, vertical parallel to that one, and then that's letter O, and then letter N, vertical. Observe ko lang yung spacing. Let's make the letter H, vertical. So dapat parallel pa rin, no? Equal spacing, and then letter H. So therefore we have 6 vertical lines that are parallel to each other. Ayan. So nakita natin, na-observe natin yung parallels dyan. And then we'll go to number 3, tip to tip and broad to broad. So let's have tip to broad here, and then tip to tip here. And dyan, ito naman, ma-observe na natin yung perpendicular. Okay, so we'll have line in between two parallels para maging edge. So very important na parallel. Otherwise, kung nag-edge ka and then hindi siya parallel, ganyan siya or ganon, it will look like letter N, diba? Hindi siya edge. So dapat important na parallel. Okay, so parallel in a way na 90 degrees, 90. Okay, now letter N, so diagonal. So there you go. While observing the rules, we've made dyan, we've written the word dyan in all caps na calligraphy. And then number 5 rule, we can twist, we can make some flourish, and flourishes here and there, and para ma-enhance yung edges, we can also pwedeng ganyan, flourishes, pero that's advanced already, but tututunan natin yan as the lessons go by. And so that's the lesson for today. We have 5 rules, okay, in calligraphy. The 45-degree rule. Number 1, observing parallel and perpendicular. Number 2, number 3, observing the tips and the broad. We have 3 kinds: tip to tip, tip to broad, broad to broad. Applying this will depend on your artistic decisions kung saan pupunta. And then the vanish, ganon rin. Actually, the vanish, pwede ka rin go, if you know yung mga basic na yan, you can go either ways. For example, we have letter R. Pwede kang mag-vanish right away. Pwede ka rin mag two-way vanish, and then you can vanish pag ganon, diba? So either. And twisting the angles, pagka tapos mo na yung kinakaligraphy mo, you can twist the angles and enhance yung mga edges. So that's the lesson, that's our lesson for today. Okay, and then para magbigay rin tayo ng konting pahapyaw sa next lesson natin, so, which is flourish, I will give you an idea. Okay, so our next lesson, flourish. So bigyan ko kayo ng pahapyaw. So flourish is parang mga palamuti lang, no? So yung mga swirls, yan, flourishes yung mga yan. So example, let's write calligraphy. Yeah. It can go, pwedeng pataas. And dapat pagka nagpa-flourish ka, pipiliin mo lang kung saan ka nagpa-flourish. Since wala ka ng space dito, for example, 2 kinds of flourish, pwede sa taas. And then, ayan. Pwede rin na either, pwede rin sa baba. Sa may letter Y. So, let's see. Since mag-flourish na tayo sa baba, hindi na tayo mag-flourish sa taas. So, we'll leave L na gano'n na lang. So, since may flourish tayo doon, palilitin natin yung letter G kasi mag-flourish tayo sa letter Y. Sorry. Ganyan. And then, there you go. Oh, sorry, calligraphy. Anyway, we'll have more about that in our next lesson. So, yan na lang muna. And I hope you may natutunan kayo. So, hoping that you subscribe to the channel so that you will be notified kung meron tayong bagong videos. And God bless. See you on our next video.